Hey guys, this is Stu from Stuart Scale Models, and this is my first update for my entry into Steve Mottram's M Groupbuild, which is proving to be very, very popular. I decided to throw my hat in the ring, as this might well be my penultimate build of the year. And to be honest with you, I did say I haven't built a Sherman. Slight lie, guys. I did remember that some years ago I actually did a Italeri Tarot version of this vehicle. So this is really effectively my second Sherman build in my modelling career. And I have to say, it's the M4A3 with the 105mm howitzer gun of Tamiya's, which dates back to 1987, and it did tell in some respects, because when you get this kit there is no base to the floor, so basically to blank it out, make it look more solid, I added a bit of, as you can see inside, plastic hardles, as you guys over in the pond call it, styrene sheet. I basically measured it out and then fitted it to the lower hull, and then obviously when I put the upper hole through, it lined up perfectly. Now admittedly there is a bit of a gap here, but what I'll do is basically fill that with some CA glue, and as you can see there's a bit of a gap between, if you look at the sprocket wheel just at the bottom here, there is a bit of a gap between that and the fender, so I'll be filling that with some CA as well. And in terms of the running gear, well, the suspension units, the nice little touch that I do like is the weld seam number. That's very, very nice. I don't know if you can see it. There you go, guys. I've got it into shot. That is a very nice little touch by Tamiya, so thank you for that, guys. And yeah, these units went together very absolutely perfectly. Now I have actually looked up a few video builds on Shermans, and I now know that I can actually paint these wheels with them onto the vehicle. There is a method about getting around it. Now the only thing I was surprised about is there wasn't any poly caps for the main running gear. There was enough for the sprocket and the idler wheel, but not the main running gear. But to be honest, as a consequence, it doesn't really matter to me, because I've actually ordered the Bronco workable track links, and they should be with me possibly end of this week, maybe the early part of next week. And that's why I've kept them in, fairly loose so that they can run along, so I can feed the tracks in, as it were, when I get them. The other bit that was a bit of a pain was this plate along this grill along here. Yeah, it was partly my fault, because I think I may have over sanded it when I was trying to fit it onto this front part of the frontal armour, or glacis plate as it were, and so you've got a bit of a gap there, so I'll fill that as well and then smooth it over. But once you get the starter res down on this, I mean, it's not going to really notice anyway, so hopefully that will be suitably rectified. The only other thing that I slightly hiccuped on was the toe arm at the back here, because there's a little nodule at the top here. I unfortunately snapped that off when I tried to cut it from the sprue. But to be honest with you guys, by the time I get the tracks on this and get it painted, and of course you've got this grille here which actually blocks it, you're not really going to see it, so it really doesn't make any odds. There you go. I mean, the only other thing I've got to do on this main hull now is just add all the headlights, the machine gun, and also at the back here I've got the stacks here for the spare tracks to go on, as well as the crank handle, etc. And then, as you know, I've actually got the value gear set of stowage, which is going to be sitting on the back here as well. I was thinking of using the one that I also ordered for the front, but to be honest with you, what with the frame, that's going to get in the way and I'm not going to be able to get them on, so I'll be using the ones from the kit for the front. And I could always use that for another Sherman build in the future, so there you go. I have to say I'm very, very happy with the way this kit is falling together, and it is literally falling together. I mean, it's a very well engineered kit by Tamiya, as is their usual high standard, and a lovely, lovely easy build. And the only thing I will be doing also, I'm not going to leave the hatches open. I was thinking of doing it with the driver and the loader, but I thought no, I'm going to keep them closed, because to be honest with you, if you're in the middle of a firefight and you're trying to make your way through Bastogne, you're already going to have the hatches open, especially with those snipers around. So I will keep them enclosed. I mean, the only figure that's going to be on this kit is the commander, and I'm not even going to bother painting the interior, because you're not really going to see anything, to be honest with you, with the commander and the cupola. Yeah, I mean, this is where we've got so far with this build, and hopefully, as I say, the workable track links from which are made by Bronco should be coming through fairly soon. I was thinking of getting Thralls, but to be honest with you, with my budget this month, I've had to curtail it, so I've gone with the Bronco ones. Probably going to be as fiddly as hell, but hey, you know, it's all part of the learning curve of modelling. Yeah, next major part is obviously I've got to build up the turret, but I mean, you should see that on my monthly update in, I think, just over a week's time. So that'll be the next time you'll see this kit and the progress on it. I am going to be doing some other work on my World War I group build dio. Just knocked my rune over, sorry about that, guys. And then hopefully I'll get a final reveal video up, maybe the early part of next week, depending on what my schedule is. So there you go. And this Saturday I'm actually going to be attending IPMS Farnborough, IPMS Farnborough's model show at I think it's the International College down Watchet Lane in Camberley in Surrey. So I know Timmy Ivetts is basically thinking of going with his boy, and Tim, if you're watching, bud, yeah, let me know, and give us a message. Maybe if we can swap numbers, then I can ring you once we're there. I think we're going to be going there for the early part of the morning, but my brother's indicated he doesn't want to hang around too long. Maybe about, if I can swing it, maybe 2 to 3 hours, if I can twist his arm. By the way, Neil has actually just completed a Merkava, the Tamiya Mark III, and I did post the pictures on various Facebook websites, so check his builds out as well, and also on my Facebook page. It looks absolutely superb. I mean, he's only just recently got back into the hobby, and the builds that he's done this year, absolutely superb. He really has got a touch, and even Mike Cohen, who he's been in communication with, has let me know. So, well, not me personally, but brothers let me know that he's very pleased with his build. So there you go. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on anymore, but to say, if anybody wants to pop along to the IPMS Farnborough model show, by all means do so. It's only £4 to get in. I've been before. It's not a big show, but there's plenty to see and do. So I heartily recommend you go. And if you're there, just come over and say hello if you should spot me. Okay? Anyway, that's all there is on this update for now. I'll probably do a further lot of progress, as I say, on my monthly channel update in about a week or so. So, yeah, as I say, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going so far, and I'm having lots and lots of fun with this build and this project. So there you go. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. So until the next time, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll speak to you soon.